Well, there they are, the wheels from my 125, quite nicely strapped into the back of the car here, nice and safe, on the way to the powder coaters to get their new lease of life. And it's actually been a lot easier to get to this point than I thought it would be, because getting the wheels off, well, when you've not done it before, that seems difficult in itself. But I've had the wheels off several times before. Tyres on the other hand, and wheel bearings, yeah, that's the bit that I thought might be a little bit more difficult. The wheels came off nice and easy. My garage, my MOT garage, they came through for me with the tyres. They literally took them off the same day for me, which was nice. Discs, took them off myself, nice and easy. And then there was the wheel bearings. The wheel bearings really were the unknown, because as much as I've done wheel bearings on vehicles before, you never really know the setup until you actually get in there and look at it, see how difficult it might be. But actually, I was really surprised. The wheel bearings on this bike were remarkably easy to get out. They say you have to fit new ones after you've removed the old ones, so I'm not looking to do the job twice. I mean, we've already done the stator 3 times, so I'm not looking to do the wheel bearings twice. So I have ordered a new set of wheel bearings and seals, and they should all be arriving later on today. I just hope on this journey that my guy, the powder coater from Spectrum, I just hope he's there, because he seems like a bit of a one-man army. He seems like an absolutely sound guy, but it does seem like it's a bit of a one-man army. So let's hope he's there. Well, it turns out that he isn't a one-man army after all. Maybe on the day that I came in he was just on his own. No, just met another chap again. Nice bloke. Seems as though they've got quite a lot of work on as well, so there could be a little bit of a delay here. He said it will be either end of next week or beginning of the week after, and it's Wednesday now, so we're looking at a week and a half to 2 weeks. Honestly, I'm just glad that someone was there. Well, although it's going to be a few weeks until the wheels are done, it's probably still worth me going and seeing someone about some tyres. You see, the whole job, the whole wheel job on this bike started because he needed tyres. The tread on the tyres that he had, they were okay. He'd have passed an MOT. But the tyres are old, they're stock. You know what I mean? They'll do. They've served their purpose for the last, I don't know, how long have I had the bike now? 7 years? Even the guy that took the tyres off said to me, mate, they weren't in brilliant condition. And I said to him, what do you mean? Do you mean the make and the brand, or do you mean the actual, those particular tyres? And he said, well, he says they're stock tyres, which I knew. They are stock tyres, and so they're very hard wearing, which is great if you're looking for a tyre that's going to last a long time. And if you're only riding the bike in dry weather in the summer, for example, like I used to, then you'll be fine with those sorts of tyres. I was fine on them tyres for years, but as soon as I started riding through the winter and I started riding in wet weather, I really started to notice just how terrible those tyres are in the wet. And then getting my big bike that has some brilliant wet tyres on it, the difference is like night and day. And then you've got those actual tyres themselves. Those 2 tyres that I had on my bike, they were getting old. You see there's a number stamped onto the side of the tyre, and it tells you the week and year that the tyre was made. And one of them was made in January 2015, so that tyre was 10 years old. Definitely needed to be replaced. The other one wasn't much better. It was something like October 2015, and here we are in 2025. So this is why the whole job started, was because the bike needed tyres. Now, I haven't ordered tyres, and I haven't been to this tyre place that I'm going to right now, but I am hoping that they can come through for me. I'm hoping that they can get the tyres ordered for me whilst the wheels are being refurbished. Hopefully then, when I pick the wheels up, I can put the wheel bearings back in, get the wheels taken over to the tyre place, and get these fresh tyres fitted to fresh wheels. Well, here it is, the motorcycle company. Yeah, I'd forgotten what it was called. Right then, let's go and talk tyres with someone. Well, they're going to call me back. Nice chap, actually. Ended up talking motorbikes, typically, as you do anytime you meet another biker. Turns out they actually do a lot of work with Spectrum powder coaters, so I suspect that I'm in the right place. Just have to wait for that phone call now. Well, it's been 2 weeks, and here we are back at the powder coaters. I think the wheels are done. I'm not 100%, because I missed a phone call from them earlier today, but the fact that they rang me tells me that the wheels are done. At least I hope they are done. Well, we have a set of wheels once again strapped into the back seat, just as they were 2 weeks ago, except this time they're lovely and shiny gloss black. They're a little bit dusty because he did them a few days ago, but they're done at least. So now it's time to get home. In fact, I'm working at the minute, so I need to get home and get back on with my job. But over the weekend, it'll be a case of get the wheel bearings back in, which shouldn't be too difficult. And then I'll be taking the wheels back to, what were they called? The Motorcycle Co? I think that's what they were called. So I'll get the wheels taken back to them, and they can get a new set of tyres fitted for us. Because although I couldn't get a quote the day that I went there, they were really good, and the guy rang me back the next day, gave me a quote for the tyres. He said, look, get your wheels back first, get your bearings back in. He says, when I order tyres, they'll be with me the next day. He says, so once you got your bearings back in your wheels, come and see us. You're only looking at a day, maybe two, and they'll be done. So let's go get those wheel bearings fitted. Well, we've got the wheel bearings in, and now we're going back to the motorcycle company. Only we're not going back to them because it's been 3 weeks and they've moved. So there's the road closure. So the powder coaters had my wheels for 2.5 weeks, and I've spent a couple of days getting round to putting the bearings in. And this looks like the motorcycle company maybe here. Yes, there we go. I'm being hampered by roadworks, and then a complete road closure that was unrelated to the roadworks, and now I can't park. So this isn't going very well at all. This was meant to be a happy milestone because the wheels are refurbished and the bearings are in. I suspect I'm just going to have to park on the pavement like this van has. Well, these wheels have been on quite the journey for several weeks now, and yes, it's going to be difficult to park again. But here we are, the wheels are finished apparently. When I say finished, I mean they've actually got the new tyres on them. Probably going to have to double park again. I can't see how else to do this. Well, there they are in all their glory, and I got to say, both the wheels and the tyres 1,000 times better than what I had before. Really cannot wait to get these fitted. So that whole thing took 6 weeks, which was far longer than I really wanted it to, but admittedly I did catch the powder coater at a bad time when he was really busy. Then it took me a week to get round to getting the wheel bearings refitted, and then the tyre guy, well, that took another 18 days. But to be fair to him, he did say to me when I dropped the wheels off, he said, look, I can do it, but I can't do anything for at least 2 weeks because we're all off to the TT. And I thought, well, he's off to the TT. Okay, that's a reasonable reason for why you can't do my wheels and tyres for a couple of weeks. Oh, and they'd also moved premises as well. So it was a busy time for them. I just didn't think the whole thing would take 6 weeks. But was it worth the wait? Well, seeing the wheels looking as well as they do still need a little bit of a clean because they've picked up some dust whilst they've been in transit, etc. But seeing these wheels turn out in this condition and finally seeing my new tyres, I think it'll be worth the wait. I just need to refit them. But first of all, well, I need to have something to fit them to.